Tēnā koe. Hi. Well, my name is Jamie. If you haven't seen my channel before, my channel is called Y2J Does Asia. And this is my rewind of 2018, my 2018 year in review. So if you've never seen any of my videos, if you haven't seen any of my channels, this is going to be like a rewind showing you some of the stuff I got up to this year, and it's a flash forward telling you about next year as well. If I move over, we've got cat cam going on here too. That is Scully. You know, we began 2018 with a trip to the Catlins, and we don't get a lot of opportunities to drive south to the south part of South Island of New Zealand, but we did last Christmas. We went through the Catlins, which is a seldom explored remote corner of New Zealand, you know, down to Queenstown, Milford Sound, and then all the way down to Stewart Island. Until this point, I'd never been to Stewart Island, so that was a Christmas of firsts. Oh, that was horrible. Oh, I feel sick. We're on Stewart Island. And one of the highlights there too was meeting the Mayor of Invercargill, Tim Shadbolt, quite by chance. Meeting him on the boat, going to the Aotearoa glowworms. I'd like to introduce you to Tim Shadbolt, the Mayor of Invercargill, after all these years. Yep. Thank you for being in my YouTube video, Tim. Oh, sorry. Fist hump. Yeah. Did you enjoy the tour?
Sure did. It's really genuine caving, you know, having to get down so low, and other parts of the river seems really sort of quite sweeping, so it's a really big.
In March we went to the Hokitika Wild Foods Festival, and I've never been there before. I've tried to get there in the past and never been successful, but this year I was successful. And yeah, the food honestly is gross. You know, what I was expecting was to go to the Wild Foods Festival, and I was expecting that the food would look gross but actually taste okay. You know what the truth is? The truth is that it looks gross and it tastes gross too. It's actually not the type of food that you should be eating. It's the type of food that you would be eating in the event of a nuclear winter. You know, if the bombs drop and civilization crumbles and you've got nothing to eat but bugs, that's when you eat that stuff. You know, when you're starving. It's actually pretty tasty, and it's just slimy.
Garlic and French fries.
That was a snail. To be honest, it's disgusting. Would I do it again? No. Another project that I completed this year was the building of this deck behind me. I've never built a deck before. It's still a little bit sparse. We don't have any deck furniture, but we have the deck. So I don't do a lot of gardening DIY stuff on this channel, a little bit, but yeah, I built this deck. Quite proud of that. In May 2018, we had the super amazing adventure in Xinjiang. So this was our 2-week trip to China. Right now we're stopped at a police checkpoint. So you're saying last time you were here in Xinjiang 10 years ago, they didn't have this kind of security? 6 days of that 2-week trip was in Xinjiang province. And honestly, I came out of that trip a changed person, because I didn't know a hell of a lot about Xinjiang. I just knew it was this far off corner of China where the people are a bit different and they're Muslims, and I really didn't know anything else other than that. Turned out to be quite the learning experience, to be perfectly honest with you. Well, this is pretty crazy. This is a petrol station. Guards at a petrol station.
You can.
And nobody but the driver can take the vehicle in. Everybody else, look at this. Barbed wire fence around a petrol station. You can see, like there's the forecourt up there. That's some crazy ass shit. You go there and you're just exposing yourself to this kind of political turmoil, and you know, there's actually a lot going on there. You couldn't even really summarize it in a short video like this. There is so much going on there, and I really took on something that I was potentially really unprepared for, but I was fortunate to have all of my Chinese friends with me, and they, you know, I would not have been able to make that trip without my wife and without our Chinese friends, you know, that assisted me and assisted us to get through that province. Wow, she really hates the sun. You can't even tell that that's Mocha. Hate the sun, hate the sun. And they've got all of these, you know, employees of these tourist attractions here wearing the police outfits. So you've got young girls that are obviously just, you know, custom services employees here, wearing police. That's the police state, Xinjiang province. Ah, we're rebooting. Oh, look at that, it's going. And you know, concluding this trip to Xinjiang, it sort of give me ideas about what to do in the future, and I'll tell you more about that at the end of the video, what's coming up next time around. This year I've taken on a number of side projects as well. You know, there was the gardening and DIY stuff. I've also done a couple of these singing videos, which is taking other YouTubers and mashing them up into a song. That's had mixed success. Impersonation videos, impersonating other YouTubers. It's not really for views, just for fun. Tech reviews as well, you know, when buying new cameras and gadgets. I have brought a few new cameras and gadgets this year, and for next year I'm going to get a 360 camera. That's the only plan. Not planning on getting more drones. I've had some bad luck with drones this year. I've lost one in China, crashed another one here in New Zealand, had to get my Mavic Pro repaired. Having drones in New Zealand, it's almost not even worth it, to be perfectly honest with you, and I'm quoting Hamish when I say that, and I tend to agree with him. So, not planning on getting any new drones, but a 360 camera, yes, I think so. Probably the Xiaomi Media Sphere. I think that's the one I'll get.
Hello! I'm from California originally, but I've been living in New Zealand for 2 years, and I love traveling. I travel around New Zealand a lot and other places as well.
Throughout 2018, I've also been very fortunate enough to do some collaborations with some other YouTubers. In particular, these three: Hissing Thoughts, Mari Johnson, and Traveling K. And yeah, I'm just incredibly, you know, grateful that to all three of those people that I had the opportunity to spend time with them, and I hope that in the future I can spend more time with them. Really, it's just a case of thinking up some good ideas. You know, I need some good ideas for videos, and I do actually have one good idea right now. If Mari Johnson is watching this, you know, do you want to go through Cave Stream? Do you and Nick want to go through Cave Stream with me? I've got GoPros and lights and stuff. Let me know. That would be, you know, the summer, like January, February, March, before it gets cold. Concluding 2018 was the super amazing lupin search Aotearoa. Now, I originally was not planning on spending 5 days down there. I was originally going to do it over 3 days. But I figured, let's go big or go home. Let's make it 5 days. And yeah, I decided to edit those videos in a style that was kind of this, like a video game theme type of a thing, with video game elements and sound effects and stuff, and I tried to put in the best possible story arc narrative that I can. I'm going to do a video about that later on, about, you know, integrating stories and story arcs and 3-act structure and characters and stuff into vlogging, because they're really two different mediums. You know, a scripted story and a YouTube vlog, they're quite different, but you have to try to meld them together to tell a good enough story to get people to watch, honestly. Looking for some feedback too, in particular, if you've made it to this point at the end of the video, thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of super amazing lupin search Aotearoa. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, what parts you liked, which parts you didn't like. I'm genuinely looking for feedback on that.